Hello everybody and welcome back to SpeedForce Racing. My name is JB and I'll be taking you through tonight's proceedings. Before we do anything else, I've just been told I'm weird by James Braden. Let's go through the drivers' standings because I've got to get it up because I'm totally unorganised as always. That's GP3, GP2, and here with the Premier Division. Last week, Lopez became a fourth different winner in a few races in SFR, as this is the Premier Championship standings. P. Walters is in P1 ahead of Medium Pilot in P2. James Braden, who, like Phil mentioned, called me weird, is in P3. Glock is in P4. Nicomania, who is not racing tonight, is in P5. Mike TMR is in P6. Lopez, now a owner driver, is in P7. Chain Going Wow is in P8, and Owen Ollie is in Owen Ord is in P9. Spirus Virus is in P10. Honey Badger is in P11, Fotio is in P12, Mike Bundy is in P13, Raikkonen is in P14, King David, the reserve driver, is in P15, Primero, who's not here tonight, is in P16, Sem is in P17, Thomas is in P18, Gazzy is in P19, and the Torpedo is in P20. Let's have a look at the Constructors' Championship because it's looking decisively very Williams. With Williams taking the fastest lap point in the last two races, they are at the head of the standings, ahead of McLaren in P2 and Haas in P3. Rich Energy is in P4. Racing Point is in P4. Alfa Romeo is in P5. Renault is in P6. Red Bull is in P7. Ferrari is in P8. Toro Rosso is in P9 and Mercedes is in P10. But I'm not on my own. Tonight I am joined by the cool Swede, the Swede who has no chill, but he's often on the racetrack. I don't know where I was going with this one. Bester is back with us up in commentary. How are you doing today, Felix?
I'm doing very good. How are you?
I don't know, because right now I appear to have broken twice. But yes, we've both raced here at Spain.
Yeah.
This week as well.
Mine didn't count, but
no,
anyway.
Yours didn't count. The GP3 race was struck from the record, if you didn't know. But did you have fun?
Yeah, I was having a good race. Both of them actually. I finished on the podium in the second one, which was fun, I suppose. Yeah, it was alright. Actually, I didn't get to watch you race yesterday. How was your race?
It was good. I qualified, not to spoil for anyone, but I qualified P16. Didn't look at the weather. When we got to the track, it was very, very wet.
Whoops.
Yeah, so I then went from P16 on the first lap, ended P10, and then battled through, ended up finishing P8.
Yeah, that's very good.
Yeah, not bad for a guy who was dropped by Ferrari mid-season. But yes, we have a few reserve drivers in tonight, including Sven, the current championship leader in GP2, GP3. Sorry, you race with Sven a lot, don't you?
I do. He's very quick.
Yeah, well, you race with him. He sort of laps you.
Yeah, I mean, I think he pulled about 10 seconds on me in a 25% race. So.
Yeah, but nonetheless, it happened. We have a couple of Owen, Electro Dan, Verstappen actually taking his first time out in SFR. He's in Toro Rosso. How angered do you reckon he'll be?
He will be very feisty, I think.
It will be interesting to see what Verstappen can do. Never seen him before on track here in SFR. It'll be really fun to see what can happen. Please no rain, says Electro Dan. Well, I'm hoping for rain because I was driving it last night and I've only just got dry. I actually had great fun because I battled with drivers I don't normally see in the race, in the wet. It was really fun.
Yeah, that's good. It's always interesting what the weather can do.
Yes, and with it's going to be even worse because next week SFR has a natural tradition of going racing at Monaco at night. Since 2017, we have raced at Monaco at night. So there's rumours and there's going to be votes out next week saying, at the weekend saying, hey, do you want to race at Monaco at night? There'll be votes on the Twitter, there'll be votes in the chats. I want to race at night. What would you do, Felix?
Yeah, sure, why not? I never tried it, but it sounds fun.
Monaco at night's cool. It's really good.
Yeah, I mean, I really like the added feature to the game that you can race at night.
You can actually see the corners as well, which is really helpful.
Yeah,
because I find in the sun,
away, isn't it?
It's really hard, in the sun. Sometimes you just can't see the corner. They got the shadows right, especially with the new lighting engine they use in this game. It looks even better.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, Sun is always in the way, isn't it?
The sun's always in the way, but it seems to be nice and sunny here in Spain as we see a Racing Point driving out onto track. We have a few people in chat. We have Glock who's in the chat saying he's half dead. Last week he was sick and he got P4. This week he's half dead. I wonder where he's going to go this time. As I try and struggle to plug my own phone in. It looks like Lopez, last week's race winner, is out on track. The Frenchman in the Racing Point. Speaking of Frenchmen, did you hear the news about Formula 1?
Do you mean that Ocon is returning?
I'm very happy.
Yeah, I'm very happy as well, actually. That's brilliant news for him.
I'm happy for Valtteri as well, that he's got a seat.
Yeah, I mean, it has to be said, though, it was a busy day for Formula 1 today, wasn't it?
Oh, yes. I mean, I even put up on the Twitter this morning about the 22 race calendar. Maybe in Season 7 we'll be running 22 races. Who knows what will happen in Season 7 of SFR.
Yeah, 22 races, man. Jesus.
Yeah, 22 weeks of racing possibly going to happen, but 21 weeks is very difficult, so we may end up having a shorter season all the time on the second game. But looking at Lopez, he comes through towards the start of that time in the Racing Point. It looks to be a dry race. We're told it's going to get a little bit darker towards the end of the race, maybe some rain, who knows. Sector 1 yellow flags are waving as we look at Lopez coming down through the very difficult chicane. I hate this chicane, don't you, Pester?
Yeah, it's terrible.
This entire back end to the track's awful. They should have kept it like the old one.
Yeah, that was much better. It's just flat out.
Yeah, and in these cars it would have been great fun. Going down the hill
absolutely.
rather than going up it. As we watch Lopez through turn 1 and 2. Oh, let's go down, lagging up the session as he did last night. Oh, that's not good. He's covering for... I don't know what car he's in. I'm looking for it. He's covering for the Toro Rosso of one of the Toro Rossos. I see Lopez come through towards the first sector split now. He's already passed that, so we caught that a little bit late as we watch the Frenchman come through in the Racing Point. Did well in Renault last week, which gained him his first win of Renault's first win of Season 5. What can Racing Point
Williams
do?
off.
Oh, Williams off. Who is that? Is that Glock? It is!
Yes,
It is Glock! I saw an opportunity and I took it. I do not regret it.
It's the your one for tonight.
I don't know. It might come. It might happen multiple times. Glock is a little bit tired as I sip my coffee. I did have a nice intro to this, but as we started so late, we don't get the intro now. Lopez coming through now to finish his lap. The number 28 car, what can the Racing Point do? Quickest last week in Baku, crosses the line. Quickest now a 1:18.3 already on the hard tyres. That's phenomenal speed.
Wow. Wow.
P.
I don't even
Walters,
know what to say.
championship leader in the McLaren. I can't get over that. Sven doing a time which is more representative towards the GP2 and GP3 times. Foccia going even faster as well. But medium pilot up to P2 and 1:18.5. And the championship leader, the pit lane. Where's Verstappen? He's just started his lap time. I've been waiting to say that all my life. Mike TNR even faster, 1:17.5 on the soft tyres. That's possible to go soft to hard, isn't it? But you might have to stop one more time for maybe a set of mediums.
Yeah, it is. It is possible to do one stop on the soft to hards, but you get quite a bit of tire wear, don't you?
You really do. In other Formula 1 news, do you see Alexander Albon's new helmet for Red Bull?
I did. Yeah, it looks very good.
Very beautiful. It looks like it's on fire constantly, doesn't it?
Yeah, it has a very nice glow to it.
It will suit the car nicely, possibly even into 2020. As we look at Verstappen now, not a Red Bull driver in SFR, a reserve driver for the Toro Rosso team tonight. What can he do on his first laps here in SFR? His first time out in the car, so a rookie to SFR, possibly not a rookie to racing. Let's see what he can do as he pulls down into the downhill section, into the awful chicane. This is a motorbike track, isn't it? This is a track built for motorbike racing, not Grand Prix cars.
Yeah, it must be. Yeah, it's really tricky to overtake.
Absolutely phenomenal speed on the hard compound tyres. You can only imagine what speed we'll get from Verstappen on the track in a few laps time when he goes onto a softer compound tyres. But something I just wanted to bring up is look at the reserve in the Haas team. We have Verstappen, Gasly, Raikkonen on the same track.
Yeah,
Suddenly collect
nice.
more
It feels
Formula
like
1
I'm
drivers, aren't we?
commentating on a... Yeah, it feels like I'm commentating on a real race here.
Don't tempt me, I want to. You know I do. Hey, can you imagine me doing the Formula 1?
I would watch it, definitely.
Well,
I mean, I would watch Formula 1 anyway, but I will watch the broadcast with you commentating.
One day I'll sneak into the commentary booth and barricade myself in. Mike Bundy, with a slight alteration to his helmet so he doesn't get confused with Fotio, coming through on the hard compound tyres, still stuck in 2018. I tell you what, I almost put the 2017 game into my PlayStation when I was setting up.
Oh, that's not what you want.
No, really not. It's not even installed. Mike Bundy to the line now. What can the Renault do? It's a quick time. It's a 1:19.6, which is good enough for P8 at this moment in time. Gasly on a lap time. Not giving us a moment to breathe, are they, Fotio? Fotio,
No,
what's your name?
not.
You're Fefster, aren't you? What am I on about? I'm drunk. What's in this coffee? I swear.
Bit of cognac, maybe.
Possibly. Gasly coming towards the line now. This very tricky corner. He's derating, lagging across the line now. Does Gasly, the Greek driver, goes fifth?
Yeah, good luck. I mean, a 1:18.3 on the hard tire. I'm gonna be honest here. My fastest time in time trial is a 1:17.9.
My fastest time
These
is a
guys are
1:22.
quick.
Glock, who's actually running the same helmet design as me, but different colours, goes up to P8. It's funny that when you spot drivers running the same helmet design as you. Do you ever see that?
I mean, I'm running the Prost helmet, so it's bound to happen at some point, isn't it?
Well, I next in a few weeks will be running a different helmet, which will not match a car, which is very different for me because normally I have a helmet that matches a car. I am going to be getting the esports helmet, so I feel like I'm going to have that with a little F1 symbol on it. Oh, we have a spinner! It's a Renault! It's Mike Bundy, but looks of it. No, it's not. It's Honey Badger.
Honey Badger.
The Dutch driver with the red and silver helmet has gone off. Well, red and chrome helmet. There's a big accident there. Not as big as the one we saw in GP3 when a Renault suddenly slid across the edge of the track. But wow.
Yeah, they did, yeah.
Raikkonen on a lap time now in the Mercedes. Again, lots of people going for the hard compounds. Do you reckon that's... Oh, he's pulled off. He's backed off massively that time round.
P. Waters on an out lap here. Let's see what he can do on a hard tire.
What are you doing, Kimmy? What are you doing?
What's Kimmy doing?
I don't know.
Where is he go? What's he?
Kimmy's lost again. Kimmy, this isn't Brazil. Okay, so I'm assuming that was to get out of the way of drivers, which I think is fair enough. He did take a different point of track, which he's not getting back to the pit lane any quicker because he's going low speed. I think, is he run out of fuel? No, he hasn't.
I am not sure what he's
got
doing,
a problem.
But,
There's something wrong. I mean, my car sounded last night in the Williams, sounded like I developed a misfire midway through the race.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was really
going
weird.
For it again here.
I actually
He might have invalidated his lap here, actually.
He just pulled off on a straight for me. Yeah. But the P. Walters Championship leader on screen right now. But no, that's why I titled my video that I made last night, What's Wrong With My Engine? Because, wow, it did sound rough at one point. Like, I want automatic gears as well, because I can't do manual gears. I've never been able to, that's why I drive an automatic car. But it was just bouncing. There was no, it wasn't, the revs were just going either up or down. It just wasn't working.
That's very strange.
You get a gearbox with engine wear if you ever heat on this game. See, it was fine after the rain stopped. That's the thing, Ryan. And the awkward thing is, you're driving my car, so you might still have that problem. P. Walters here. P. Walters seems to be struggling in these current laps. He seems to have invalidated it a few times.
Yeah, it's not looking like he is running non-ERS. I'm guessing he's pitting. Yes, it is.
It's all right. It's all right, Ryan. You're not running my car. A medium pilot's in the Kibitza-mobile. A medium pilot darting into pit lane. Yeah, but he can make it work. I can't. It's Fotio, the Greek driver, currently in P2. Phenomenal speed. He set his last time on the hard compounded tyres, I think. No, on the medium compounded tyres. This time he's out on a fresh set. Let's see what the number 9 can do. Tell you what, though, we might see. we might see a number 9 in Formula 1 again on this weekend if Kimi can't get his stomach settled. Or his muscle settled, is that what it is?
Yeah, I was massively shocked this morning when I walked out of a meeting and then I opened Twitter and I was like, whoa, what? Sorry? And
Yeah,
the first thing I read was that he was racing, and I'm like, what do you mean?
Yes, if you don't know, Marcus Ericsson has been called off the IndyCar schedule because he's meant to be racing at Portland tonight, this weekend in the IndyCar. He's been pulled off that schedule because Raikkonen in the summer break has pulled a muscle. The conflicting reports there, they're saying he pulled a muscle in his shoulder and it's sore, but they've ruled him out to be able to be in the car tomorrow for practice. But also there's rumours that his stomach isn't great, so maybe he's indigestion or a bit of food poisoning. But they've pulled Ericsson over. How annoyed is Marcus going to be if he turns up and then he misses out on a potentially good race in IndyCar to not even do anything?
Yeah, he's not going to be happy, is he? I've read the tweet that he put out that they pulled him over, and yeah, I didn't feel like he was very excited to do it.
Yeah, I mean, what Alfa Romeo really do for him? They don't carry any sponsors for him anymore.
I think they do, actually.
Not really on here. They're not any of his personal sponsors. They don't give him any sponsorship on the way over to IndyCar unless they pay for his drive at Schmidt.
No, but I think on the Alpha car is one of Marcus's sponsors still. I think on the top of the tub is Volito. I think it's if I'm not mistaken, it's one of Marcus's sponsors.
I have to say now, Electro Dan in the Red Bull got red on his helmet. I loved the helmet he ran last night in GP2. But I quite like this one. If you darken the blue, sorry, it would fit the car nicely. But it looks lovely, that design, doesn't it?
Well, looks good.
Top marks from Electro Dan with the helmet design tonight. You might win your helmet award.
Yeah.
Hello, Noland. Helmet award. What does that get you? Extra points? No, nothing. Why? Because Jack's a moron. What I'm saying is... That could be
a kind of an end of season thing.
Yeah, there might
be... You giving out some kind of helmet award.
Yeah, the biggest helmet is the one who crashes the most. Probably not me, because I only crashed once this season. But yeah, Verstappen back in the Toro Rosso, the number 78 car. 78 sponsored on this car as he comes through. The Honda engine served me well on Monday. The Honda engine in the Red Bull car that I was driving. Reserving for just Mikey. No, James Killer, sorry. In the
oh yeah, you raced twice this week, haven't you?
I did, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. Actually, it was good.
Yeah, you finished P4 on Monday, didn't you?
Yeah, P4 and P8. That's not a bad record in one season. In one like, whoa, Verstappen P2, right up there alongside Lopez.
Mediums, that's good.
I remember Lopez did that on the hard compounded tyres as well. So Lopez still with an absolute bucket ton of time to find. We had into the last 5 minutes of the session, looking at P. Walters, the championship leader, looking to finally complete a lap for the McLaren team. What can he do? His teammates in P14. What can he do as he comes around the final corner of the 95 car? DRS is going to flip open now, and he's going to go P7.
Yeah, decent lap.
Especially on the hard compounded tyres. That's edges towards it. He could be about P4, maybe P3 on the medium compound. But does he have time to get back into pit lane and change onto those tyres? Yes. I made a mistake last night.
He's basically going to have to do a push lap here to get back into the pits on time.
Looking at the 15 of Honey Badger, who had an accident earlier on in qualifying. No damage on the Renault as he comes up towards the DRS straight. Gasly retiring in Sector 3. Doesn't think he can do any better, or has he totaled the Mercedes? Running down now towards the braking zone. Honey Badger catching the car nicely in that very nice... Well, do we think very nice? It's very plain, isn't it, that Renault? Very Marmite. You either love it or you hate it.
It's not my favourite, is it?
No. So I saw the Porsche Formula E car, and I thought, now I remember why I like Formula E. It looks absolutely pretty. Absolutely beautiful. Crossing the line...
think so? I thought it looked a bit bland.
Well, the thing is, it's following the... Whoa, it's P. Walters! Just to straight line the chicane to get back to the pit lane. That might put him under scrutiny from the stewards. As Mike Bunny's on the lap time as well. We could actually go on board with Kimi, though, because Kimi, who has found out where the track is this time round, is, that's still my favourite joke now, is going to come through the final couple of corners now to set their first lap time. What can Kimi do? The Frenchman masquerading as a Finnish driver crossing the line now. It's P4. The track is definitely getting quicker. And where's Lopez? He's 2/10 down in Sector 1 on the medium compounds. Surely this is a pole lap.
Yeah, it has to be, hasn't it?
Gonna ride on board
he has to
with
find
Nolan.
8/10 though to get the pole.
As I drink my coffee.
So we have a yellow flag in Sector 2.
Through towards the DRS zone now is Lopez running down towards the braking zone. It's a very tricky hairpin. He's got it nicely, braking a little bit earlier, but sailing into the corner nicely as the yellow flag continue. Going to cross over the line now towards the final few points of the compound of this track. What can the Racing Point do? The 28 car skimming the grass as he almost runs out of control into the chicane. This awful left, right, long chicane section heading up onto the curb. Through the final corner, where can Lopez go? Surely this is pole position for the Frenchman. It is! By 9/10 he improved. But drivers on fast laps are still coming. Raikkonen back out on the lost track section.
Oh, again? Oops, someone's crashed in the pits.
Fotio in the pit lane has had an accident. See if we can get a good camera angle with Honey Badger. He looks to be on a slowdown lap. Where's the Ferrari? Mike TMR right behind Lopez. Lopez barely off the track to get out of the way of the man who's in second place, but he's improving. Is Mike TMR? He's the only driver on the soft compound tyres at this moment in time on a lap time. He's had a very difficult section there. Has the British driver in the Alfa Romeo. Look at the Swiss. Is this Swiss Italian? I keep saying Swiss Italian because I think they're still made in Switzerland, but Italian managed. Yeah. Oh, you thought that was going wide, so did I. As my TR heads towards the braking zone at the hairpin. What can the Alfa Romeo do? I always roll my R's too much when I say their name. He's right in there with pole position. Last few tenths of a lap. He will not get another lap after this unless he absolutely rags it on these soft tyres. Oh, he's missed the apex. This is going to be the make or break for Mike TMR in the Sauber. What can he do? DRS is about to open. Is it going to be pole? Looking to the upside. It is not. Oh! Verstappen's in pit lane. He will get a lap. Try and find the next driver who's...
on a lap.
Yeah, just seen that. I think he's a little bit further back. Here's Mike Bundy. Chain gang wow retires in the Ferrari P8 right now. Where's Medium Pilot looking? He's coming up to start his lap in the Kibitzer-mobile. The 98 car. Hello, Pro Oliver. How are you?
Electro Dan on his way to finish his lap.
Right, we'll look at Medium Pilot and jump on board with Electro Dan. Medium Pilot goes P1! It's P1 for Medium Pilots! Where's Dan gonna go? It's P5 for the GP2 driver!
Well done.
Championship leader, P. Walters, 4 top of his time. This can put the cat amongst the pigeons. I think he's going to be about P4, P5 if he's lucky. What can the championship leader do? The German driver in the McLaren coming round the final corner now. DRS opening as he crosses the line. It is P5! Mike TMR is on a slow lap. So pole position goes to Medium Pilot in the Williams. Well, it's clear that the gearbox issue and the engine issue aren't there this season, aren't there today, like I had last night. Ryan's struggling to concentrate. Mate, if it gets too bad, there's no harm in having to pit and taking this one out. So, as you look at my short qualifying of rewards, because I did so much in that qualifying session, Medium Pilot takes pole position from the Frenchman by 23 thousandths of a second, or hundredths of a second, yeah. Mike TMR is finishing in P3, ahead of King David in P4, P. Walters is in P5, Verstappen is in P6, Electro Dan is in P7, Honey Badger is in P8, Raikkonen is in P9, Fojo is in P10, outside of top 10, and have a free tyre choice. Shane Game Wow is in P11, Mike Bundy is in P12, Sem is in P13, James Braden in P14, Glock is in P15, Sven is in P17, Gasly is in Sven is in P16, Gasly is in P17. And relax.
It's a very tight grid, isn't it?
It really is. And the fact that we've got reserves from as low down as GP3 coming in here to come and play and be slightly competitive in qualifying really opens it up, doesn't it?
Yeah, it really does, yeah.
So, what can we do as I quickly swipe? Dry race, apparently, according to Mike Bundy.
Yeah, are we happy about that? I'm not sure.
I think we are. We could be worse.
I would love to see some rain, though.
Watch last night's race in GP2.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and watch it.
Catch me defending. You also catch the back end of me making a mistake. But if you watch my footage, you see me make a bigger mistake.
Maybe I just watch the broadcast then.
So on to the formation lap now. Medium pilot leads away, but eyes will be back towards the back of the grid. Remember, he's starting on the medium tyres. Look at the fast starters though. King David, a reserve driver, who's reserving in the Haas, and Mike TNR, both starting on the soft compound tyres. They'll be absolutely rapid at the start, but fall off within the first couple of laps. Electro Dan as well, another driver hunting towards the fast tyres, looking to make a gap and a name for himself in the Premier Division.
Yeah, he's gonna try to see if he has a place here.
Electro Dan's a lovely chap. We'll see what everyone can do. Couple more, we'll highlight some reserves. Verstappen, first time out in SFR, qualified P6, right in the mix though. I think he's looking to make a name for himself as well.
Yeah, for sure he is. Always try to make a good first impression.
Another reserve, if we look down at Sven, is the GP3 championship leader. I mean, you race Sven. You say he's very quick. Right here, he's a little bit further down the grid than what he's used to. Do you think he'll have the pace in the race?
Yeah, normally he has quite good race pace, but we'll see how he stands up against the Premier guys.
Look at the snaking there. You just see the Haas of James Braden not moving whatsoever. That's very Kimmy-esque from James Braden, the number 15 car. So, medium pilot in the Williams, the Kvitzermobile. Caro slow as he comes through. He basically stopped, but he's got a 6-second gap. He's come on very early as Lopez knackers the chicane, and the AI takes control. Few drivers there choosing being a little bit more liberal with the choice of speed on the formation lap. Check out with Gasly, who's just coming through the detection zone now. The number 6 Mercedes, no, not Nico Rosberg. It is our Gasly, as we see medium pilot pull up onto the line. Who are you going to be looking at the start, Felix?
I'll be hovering around Fulcio in P10, just around the middle.
That's interesting. That's called what's called the crunch zone.
Yeah, it is. That's why I'm looking.
So we're going to start at the green flag, as always, here with medium pilot. The pole sitter, can he convert pole to win and become the first repeat winner here in Premier? Well, let's find out. The lights are on. The lights are heading towards 5. Red lights. The lights are out. Now the drivers are away. It's a good start from P2. Good start from Lopez, but a better start from King David in P3. Medium pilot, they're already snaking. Three people snaking in one position. Lopez looking to the outside line on medium pilot. He's going to try it running outside line. He's going to get it. No, he's not. He's going to be shoved off at 2 and 2. And it's fine. No, side by side. And Lopez is going to lose the position. No, he's not. He's fighting with medium pilot. There's almost contact between them as the Williams and the Racing Point go up into turn 3. There's almost contact again as he dives to the inside of Lopez. King David's in trouble. King David's in big trouble. He's round and he's out of the race. Big collision with Glock.
Glock is out as well.
Glock 2. Do we have a safety car? That's a big collision, and nothing Glock could have done, nothing David could have done. I just see Mike Bundy to the inside at the chicane. Chingo Wow hassling him for position. Is there a safety car called? It'd be lovely if we could have one, and it would make sense, as my jaw's on the head already. But what a crazy opening lap, and right now the top 3 are in one position, and my cat's very worried about why I'm shouting. Glock leaving the session. I mean, all bad luck goes to one Williams driver.
Yeah.
Why?
Shame for King David there as well.
Yeah, I mean, the reserve driver, brilliant qualifying and now out of the race.
As Lopez is having a look down the straight on medium pilot, let's see if he can get it done.
Sorry, Ryan, gonna have to hide that one. So, on towards lap 2, and Lopez just cannot get through medium pilot's defence. More action though. Raikkonen in trouble as he battles with Fotio. Fotio going down the inside, fighting back. As you see Raikkonen having a battle against the Greek driver. They're side by side. He's almost fell out wide, but Raikkonen having to concede a position to the Alfa Romeo. Now down the inside. No, Raikkonen can't do it.
Can he get him back down the traction? Yes, he can.
Fotio having to dip behind the Frenchman now. And Raikkonen doing his best impression to stay in front of this Sauber. I keep calling it a Sauber because it is just a Sauber to me.
Yeah, it's a Sauber engineering car.
Oh, medium pilot's made a mistake. He's skimmed the gravel on the DRS straight. He's luckily still ahead because actually Lopez made a mistake as well. Fotio and Kimi are still going at it. These two just won't quit. This will be a battle throughout the race, I believe, between those two.
Yeah, it will be. Looks like it at least.
Electro down with some slight lag issues by the looks of it. Is being hounded by Verstappen. Again, Fotio and Raikkonen going at it. No, they're not, sorry. It's the my tower's glitched for a moment. Whoa! Sideways sideways slide for Lopez as medium pilot is the fastest man on track. I'm very loud tonight, aren't I? DRS assistance has been enabled to see the Frenchman coming down through turns 2 and 3. Heading up, but medium pilot just dipping away from everyone else.
Just having a look further down the field here, Sven is just hanging off the back of Bundy.
What can the GP2 driver do? Remember, Mike Bundy was the season 4 GP2 champion, and Sven, who is in his first season of SFR, impressing everywhere he goes.
Yeah, he started off the season as a reserve, didn't he?
I believe he came in and was lucky enough there was a few drivers on their way out and he managed to slip into a car. And then but he came in after his brother had one race on him.
Oh yeah, that's right, now I remember, yeah.
Lionel jumping in, our favourite race director, has jumped in and said, oh, that's a brilliant four-wheel drift from Lopez. But Lopez now closer than ever. I normally say you have to be within 0.3 of a second if you want to make an overtake. Here, at any track with DRS, he's just within 4, and Lopez is so quick in a straight line. But look at medium pilot. Lopez is faster though. He's the fastest man on track. He's going to go to the inside line. Is the racing point? There it goes. He breezes past the Williams, but on the brakes, Williams gives him room. Just lets him through. Maybe he's thinking, right, I'm quicker than him. I'll get through. But Fotio's in trouble. He's been passed by Tengen Wow into turn 1, rather than Fotio passing Raikkonen.
Verstappen trying to stay on the back of Electro Dan. Dan has pulled a bit of a gap on him, actually. Dan
doing a good job. Remember, those tyres are going to start struggling. There's Honey Badger. Honey Badger in the Renault. That car has one win under his belt, and that was with Lopez last week. Do excuse me. Stem, though, actually is on the back of someone. He's on the back of Gasly right now. So can the McLaren overtake the Mercedes? Can we see that this week in Formula 1?
He's very close.
And can we see this in real life Formula 1? With Lando winning the race, please? Look at Gasly's drive off the corner, though. Gasly's drive off the corner was fantastic there.
Oh, the dive around the outside, though.
Whoa, has he got it?
Switchback. No, he hasn't.
Unconventional overtaking spot, but he hits the back of him. Contact. Take it through this, Felix.
Let's see if he can stay close to the chicane. It's really difficult to stay close here. It looks like he can make it happen. Oh, Gasly gets brilliant drive off the final corner. I think he's not close enough this time. Depends on
changing around to the outside. Sorry, he's going round the outside of Honey Badger. Sorry, and Honey Badger having to give room to his fellow countryman, the Dutch driver, and the two Dutch drivers going at it. Hammer and Tong. Oh, Chenge Wow's off the track.
Oh, Sam and Gasly going side by side to turn 3. Has Sam got it?
He has.
Go around the outside.
Wow. He's fell about
wide. The track is on the grass.
It's a car spinning. That could have ended in tears. There we go, lap 1.
That showed up out of nowhere.
You know it's bad when you hear two commentators just suddenly start panicking. There's a car!
I don't know. That was interesting. Verstappen really close to Lecter Dan here through the final section.
Just have a moment to think that all commentators screech like pigeons, don't they? Gotta say though, that was pretty nasty by Gasly to feed out Stem a bit wide, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a bit of a harsh move, I would say.
Dan finally under pressure.
Verstappen,
go on.
Yeah, goes down the inside. Sorry.
Oh, Verstappen overtaking someone. Yes. When don't we hear that? King David leaving the session. Well, he's already out the race. Hopefully, he's all right. If we can, not to be mean to anyone, but can we try and keep the chat in English just so my mods know what's happening? I mean, I understand if you're on the native language, you want to support your driver in their native language, but you know, I need to know what's being said, just so there's no abuse to other drivers or anything, because that's not fair.
Maybe
normally
I don't even know what
speak a very
language that is.
It's Greek.
Oh, so it's a fan of Gasly then.
Well, there's a few Greek drivers. Mike TR as well is also Greek. Fotio also Greek. I'll tell you what though, speaking of Mike TMR, he's under pressure for the championship leader right now. And we're getting to the point where those soft tyres are going to be very, very worn.
Yeah, it's going to be past their best now at this point.
So, eyes front for the McLaren driver as he has DRS this time round, but the Alfa Romeo is putting away ever so slightly on the straights, but you can see the gap closing just a little bit as Electrodan pits for fresh tyres. Made a mistake last night in GP2 which cost him dearly, plus a couple of lag outs, and ended up finishing behind me, which, you know, is an insult within itself. Fotio passing chain going round and the inside, the driver has to give away. Whoa, about a lag from someone there. Might have been chain game. It is chain game. He's lagging pretty heavily as he goes up to the back of Fotio now. He's disconnecting, reconnecting as Mike Bundy on the back of him soon.
Yeah, it's really difficult to race someone when it's jumping around all over the place.
Well,
as we see, Dan has gone out on the medium tyre.
GP3 this week was very much like that, as the point that we had to throw the red flag out, which was very rare that we ever red flag a race for lag. We red flagged one last season for a safety car glitch at Canada, and we decided not to resume the race as we'd passed half distance. So we awarded we were in the last 5 laps of the race, so we awarded full points. And said, "There you go, guys. See you next week."
Well, sometimes you have to do what you got to do, you know.
Most definitely. Mike TMR to pit lane. The Greek driver in the Alfa Romeo. What tyres is he going on as we take a look at him? How quick can this slick Alfa Romeo stop be?
2.5.
I wish we had a stop count, because that'd be great.
Yeah, that would be cool.
I like guessing.
I don't know though. I think the times are pretty standard.
Yeah, I mean, I had a really bodged job stop in Baku. No, in GP4 in the Red Bull. I let go of the throttle. I let go of the clutch to drop me down, and when I did that, it for some reason didn't register. I let go of the clutch, and I went into anti-stall. So I was revving it, and I was trying to get the clutch in. It wasn't working. I'd lost about maybe a second, maybe a second and a half. Obviously, it's a big drop, but then I span and I knackered the front wing, so nothing I could have done.
It didn't matter in the end then.
As always, nothing really matters to me. No, everything really matters to me here in SFR. But I tell you what, the gap has not grown much at the top. Whoa, Mike Bundy making a big mistake, and Sven trying to make a move on him. He's backed him, and Sven's round into the wall against the Red Bull.
No.
Why do I say these things about Red Bulls spinning and crashing and breaking their front wing when I did it, and now Sven does a copy?
Yeah, that's a shame. I mean, I think he was a bit of aggressive to dive down the inside there, maybe.
What happened there, I think, was that a classic case of a pendulum effect, where he bashed against Mike. Mike accidentally, I would say. Mike then accidentally bashed against him because the car obviously bounced a bit to the left, so he tried to correct it to the right. And it just ended in Sven's tyres going, "Oh, well, we'll let go. Bye!"
Yeah.
Sven becoming a bit of a ballerina. Swedish Ballet is alright, apparently. I quite like Swedish Ballet. Not as good as the Russians, but you know.
I didn't know we had that. Oh, yeah, fair enough.
I think most countries have a bit of ballet. France is alright.
Yeah,
well.
yeah,
I'm having a moment here, aren't I? I'm getting too cultured for SFR. Here's Jeff. Whoa, he drowned his Fotio! Big incident there as he spins off the track. He's waiting, holding the car, waiting for a gap in traffic. And he's back onto the road, into the gravel actually this time around. Thank God you can't beat you on this game. He's putting on track. Oh, he sees his teammate coming. And that's definitely hurt the Greek driver's drive in this race.
Will they get passed by James Braden as well? No.
Well, I think he'll get past soon because Fotio's got the tyres that made by a teacher with a chalkboard right now. Dusty.
Yeah, his tyres will be like 5,000 degrees probably.
Ted Kravitz tried to cook an egg on a tyre at one Grand Prix. I think it was on a Williams in the USA when it was incredibly hot a few years ago.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
I tell you what, though.
Work.
No, it didn't because he couldn't keep on the tyre. I think if he could have kept it on the tyre, he could have. Fotio going defensive, not going to happen because Braden in the Haas is coming around the outside, then into the corner, and Fotio has to brake early with the damaged tyres. I still like Fotio's helmet.
Yeah, it looks really good.
I tell you what, though, other F1 news that people might not have seen is that the Rich Energy and Haas debate apparently is meant to be settled before Singapore. So before Singapore, we might end up with Haas wearing different colours.
I saw another interesting thing regarding that. Actually, the Williams Story guy, the beardy, long hair, the hobo CEO guy.
Thanks. They're talking
He's
to a guy
actually
with a
been
beard.
signed on as a director or managing director of the new company, Lightning Bolt.
Oh, for crying out loud! It's clearly just
I'm not sure what's going on there, but yeah.
It's all just—it's a mess. That is.
Yeah, it has to be.
And I mean, the insults were completely unfair. That Twitter, whoever runs that Twitter, needs a lesson in how to do Twittering.
Yeah.
Twittering. And so is the guy who runs the SFR Twitter and ends up missing one race when say what's happened. So I had to make earlier tonight rather than tonight. I'm terrible.
I saw that yesterday evening, and I was like, "What happened here?"
I was there. It was like. There was a race on. Did I put a tweet out? No! Okay. Speaking of tweeting, Fotio's done with his phone as he passes James Braden on the straight. James Braden just cannot respond. He's on the hard compound tyres after a spin earlier on in the race. And let you down with a time penalty.
3-second penalty. As medium pilot has closed up to Nolan a bit again. Or Lopez, sorry.
I sort of jump between the two. It's one of those names where you can go a bit between the two, you know?
Yeah.
I like saying Lopez.
Both of them
like
sit quite right in the mouth.
Lopez sounds nice, but Nolan sounds good as well. But I want to say Nolan North, who's a voice actor. Yeah. You see, just me, I just go on random tangents about different things here. I don't know why they keep me on commentary. I honestly am. At one point, I'll talk about spades or something.
Gasly close to Sem.
The best spade to
Sorry to interrupt you there, but
it's all right. That's my new podcast, Spades on the Hill. Stem, yes, under pressure from Gasly. I think though Gasly had made a bit of a mistake coming into the start-finish straight. Stem going defensive. Now is that weaving? It seemed a bit weavy-ish, didn't it?
Yeah, but it's so far ahead, so it doesn't really affect anything, I'd say.
Well, I think it affects the slipstream, doesn't it? Because Gasly's having to move, which is breaking a toe a little bit.
Yeah, fair enough.
Once again, guys, I hate to be mean, but can you please keep the chat in English so my mods and me know what's happening as Verstappen gets a time penalty. If there's any driver bashing or anything, we don't need to go to Google Translate or anything to work out what's happening. I know it's mean to say, but if it was Swedish, I'd ask my Swedish friend here to look after me and teach me how it is. I'd love to know Swedish.
I can read and understand a fair bit of languages, but Greek is not one of them.
It's all Greek to you, is it?
Yeah. Yep.
That's my awful joke. Lopez pits! Does medium pilot? He does not. Medium pilot carrying on. He's the fastest on track. What does Lopez do from now? This is a point where he can go on the hards to the end of a race, though.
Yeah, I definitely can.
So there are the hard tyres for the Pink Power Ranger team, dropping down, and away we go. It's funny that they can't add the little penalty icon saying someone's got plus 3 seconds. They have that silly siren in pit lane saying when cars are coming.
Yeah.
I mean,
Codemasters has always been a bit strange, haven't they?
Yeah, I'm marshalling this weekend, so I hope that thing actually works, especially with the cars that are on track. If I'm in pit lane, I want to hear those cars coming.
Yeah, that's probably a good thing.
Yeah, I'm marshalling the World Endurance Championship this weekend. So,
ooh, that's nice.
James Braden gets to the close. Oh, that was very. That's nice. No,
Ooh, very nice.
You're as bad as me. You're a bad influence on me. You are. Or am I a bad influence on you? We're using the stream, which is worse.
Maybe a combination.
Which is worse, me or Phoenix. No. Yeah, I'll marshal that. And last year I was meant to be in pit lane, but I didn't have my suit with me, so I had to go off and go to Stowe. Yeah, that was medium pilot pits. I had to go to Stowe. This year I've got my suit, so if I'm in pit lane, I've got to have that siren handy because that Toyota is very well, it's a hybrid, isn't it? And they have to run a hybrid down the pit lane.
Ooh, that's Shane game cuts the chicane big time.
I sure isn't chicane game.
Oh, it could be after that, yeah.
We're awful tonight, and I haven't even got to the Haas pun yet, have I?
You have not.
No. It has to be done. That's half of one. Doesn't count.
No, that doesn't count.
No. But I do have one coming, because James Braden is going to hassle the back of Fotio. I've been waiting to use that all week. He's on the back of Fotio. He is hassling him too. Yeah.
we need just has closed up to Bundy here. Yeah.
A helmet award for the season. Who makes the most Haas puns? I'm already 7 ahead of everyone else.
Oh, you're way ahead of everyone else.
I got a problem, man. Here's Sam. Yep, take us through what's happening here because he's very close to Mike Bundy, who looks very quick on the straight.
He got a better drive out of turn 9. See if Sam can close up through the final sector here.
I still think
Sam
McLaren...
actually started on the hard tires, which is
it
could be a payoff in the end. He seems a bit quicker now than Bundy is on his old mediums.
Yeah, Mike Bundy's tyres. It's not bad that he's pitted. As Sam carries on, but now Gasly on the attack. Miniature movements there for Sam. That's starting to get a bit iffy for me. Just that little motion there, that looked almost deliberate, the way his rear end was moving a lot.
Yeah, it was just the tiniest of movement, but it's still movement.
It's enough to unsettle the car. I think there is a bit of oversteer on the car, I think, for me. He's steering right, the car turned a little bit too right. Let's keep an eye on this, actually. The Sam, the Dutch driver in the McLaren, being hunted down by Gasly. As you hear my brain actually talk to me, as Felix is sat next to me, he just hears my brain going, make sure you look at this! Both two were talking about what is in that coffee, I swear.
Yeah, I think you need to distribute to the other commentators to see if it's okay to drink.
This is what's some of my special coffee. Gasly, P. Walters, championship leader into pit lane. I think we'll see Raikkonen pit as well, and Lopez will re-inherit the lead. He got a good jump on the undercut, didn't he? On Lopez, on Pilot.
Yeah, he did. He's pulled out of the DRS, which is nice for him.
I'm starting to feel that might be getting a little bit more deliberate each time round. But who knows? It might be down to lag, or it might be down to, as we get a huge amount of lag off Gasly, it might be down to lag, or it might be just be down to a bit of connection speed going wrong, or very simply, the pad doesn't like going straight sometimes on the game. It really doesn't like it. Hello, Sophie.
It's been a while since I raced with the pad, but yeah.
Hello, teammate. How are you doing? Honey Badger attacking. Okay, mister, I've got a steering wheel.
Yeah, sorry.
I still have the best. I've held the best steering wheel. Not kidding.
Which one do you have?
I don't have it, but I held it. It was Lewis Hamilton's 2016 steering wheel. I held it when I was at the Mercedes factory. I like showing that off. Electra Dan under pressure from Honey Badger. Hose! Lee Dale still can't type, but Honey Badger to the inside. Whoa, he's cut the course heavily there. The Dutch driver giving up the goat. Lee in his elderly state can't type, so we've got to. We in the admin chat keep having to remind him that he can't just put something.
Might have had one beer too many.
Oh, Lee doesn't drink. It's more entertaining the fact that he's just old. Seems to be having a bit of a timing issue. Electra Dan apparently is within 1/10. It's reset now, but he's under pressure still from Honey Badger. Sorry, that's too funny. I do like Honey Badger.
Close to P Waters.
So what can the Greek driver do? Remember, Electra Dan has stopped already this race. He's on turn lap old medium tyres. He's two-stopping as Mike TMR, the Greek driver, is on the back of the German, who's on the back of guess who, the other Greek.
Yeah, Gasly's not going to be very quick, is he, on those old hard tyres?
No, and I don't think Sem is either. Sem's definitely coming under pressure. Remember, maybe we'll have a nice... I cannot remember. I think it's Andreas Seals, who runs McLaren now. I need to get that right.
Seidel.
Seidel, yeah. The Porsche guy, Mr. Porsche. Maybe he told Sem, stay out longer, slow down Gasly, your teammate's coming.
It's not impossible, is it?
No, but we can see Lopez even faster here in...
they're all very close through the final chicane here. Sorry to cut you off as Gasly pits. So does Mike have the speed down the straight to get Waters? So. It doesn't look like it.
Oh, he's closing on this helicopter shot here, but not enough. Ooh. As Walters just tucks back onto the curb to slow the car down. See every driver cut a couple of wheels onto the track. No, it's Honey Badger to the inside. So I completely forgot how to talk there, so I just made a noise. Honey Badger to the inside of Electra Dan, who's struggling as I'm running out of letters again. But Honey Badger definitely through on the English driver. And the Flying Dutchman showing why he's called that. And Raikkonen passing Electra Dan to the inside.
Spinning!
That's the wrong button. I meant to close the menu, not the switch the camera angle 3 times. I apologise for that. Oh, there's Jake Braden to the inside line. He's gone there very hard. He's pumped him off a little bit. I think that's fair.
It doesn't give. Oh, yes. Yeah,
I think that's a bit fair because Raikkonen was going slow and Braden was thinking, oh, there's a gap there. I'll do it. Honey Badger under pressure though from Electra Dan. Electra Dan looking to the inside, looking to the outside, decides not to do anything on the Renault. Honda power versus French power. It's not a Peugeot, it is a Renault.
We're all happy about that. It's medium pilot sets the pace.
Peugeot used to blow up in Formula 1 years ago. Sem back in the pit lane now to get out of the way of his teammate. Honey Badger, he's fighting that car as Electra Dan's fighting his. I don't know if that's down to lag or Electra Dan's just genuinely struggling in the Red Bull.
Here he goes.
DRS open on Dan's car as he goes. The Flying Dutchman goes aggressive. Now the electrifying Dan tries to go around the outside, and he is doing it. They're side by side. Do they touch? They do! And
oh my God!
And he's rolled. Can he drive? He can drive.
He flipped.
Is his front wing hole? I don't think so.
No, it's not. No.
Honey Badger should report straight to the medical centre. How is the wing still on?
How has he only lost an end plate from rolling the car?
Oh God! I love it. I love it. The crash model in this game is fantastic.
That was brilliant.
Oh, I've seen airborne crashes, I've seen cars do 360 flips, but never have I seen an accident where a driver drives away!
Oh my God.
I think Honey Badger just stunned. He's sat there thinking, what on earth?
He's just completely lost his concentration now. He doesn't know what's going on.
How do we feel about the landing now? I'm thinking 3.5 on the landing.
Yes.
I wish I'd have camera on. I wish I'd have camera on, because God, my fist went into the air going, yeah! Gasly touching back in the touchman. Electra Dan's out. He's crashed in the pit lane.
Oh no!
Oh no, he's retired in pit lane. He must feel mortified. He must have looked back and seen that car just rolling, thinking, "Oh my god." Oh crikey!
Oh Jesus Christ!
20 laps in, and we're just crying. So to one yellow flag, and that's for Retro Dan, who joins Block and David not to make it to the end of the flag. What happened? You sent Honey Badger flying.
I don't know what to say, man.
Congratulations to Retro Dan and Honey Badger. You have just received the Helmet Award for breaking the two commentators.
Oh my!
Oh,
wow.
Let's have a moment just to look at who's winning the race. Right now, it's Lopez in P1, who's not really bothered right now by Medium Pilot, who's in P2. We've got green flags waving as my voice is starting to break. Medium Pilot in P2, P-Voltage Championship leader currently in P3. My TMR is in P4. Verstappen is in P5 in his first showing in SFR. Well done to him. Raikkonen in P6. Check 2. It's Lopez! Lopez is round!
Oh no!
Hello, into the barrier. He's going to lose out to P-Voltage soon. I think he must have dipped a wheel on the grass. I did that in qualifying yesterday.
Looks as he kept his front wing whole though, so it looks like he can carry on.
So Lopez
But
now under pressure.
10 seconds.
That was a tremendous loss there from the Frenchman in the car ahead. DRS open on the back of P-Voltas. He heads towards the racing point. Honey Badger has retired in sector 3. So we'll be seeing sector 3 in a moment. I think that might be in pit lane.
Yeah, it might be. Yeah.
I wonder if he got stuck in pit lane. I didn't see him exit pit lane.
Yeah, he did a lap. But I'm guessing, yeah, he probably retired in the pits.
Back to green flag racing. No, I don't know. It still looks a bit iffy for me. He might have crashed somewhere. No, he has retired in pit lane. Thank you, game, for finally catching up. We have yellow flags. That's going to seriously injure P-Voltas' chance of trying to overtake Lopez right now with the yellow flag car following him. So one Renault left in that race. That's Mike Bundy. We can't top that. That's going to be the moment of the season, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think there'll be
close to Focio.
There'll be a compilation at one point of me talking about helmets and me getting broken for talking about helmets. Sven now going defensive, GP2 driver going defensive as Focio to the inside line. Oh, it's an aggressive move and it's a good move. Sven's in trouble. That shows the Premier driver versus the GP3 driver. Sorry, getting caught out. And Braden thinking right, trying to make a move too. Yeah, I know, Tom. Wow, indeed, you broke us, mate. All caught on stream. I'm so glad that we're smart enough to watch that. It's almost like we planned these things.
Actually, that's my second oh my god this week on stream.
James Braden looking at the back of Sven. Not Sven Zerner. It is just Sven. DRS is about to open on the Haas.
Sven has DRS as well. Oh, he dives down the inside. Whoa, what a move.
And he's wide. Can he keep his foot in? He can't. The painted surface there as he gets colder here is just too cold for him to hold on. Lopez and the pressure still from P-Voltas.
Can Brady get Focio here out the final chicane?
Oh, Braden's on fresh tires as well. DRS open. As you see, Focio goes to the inside, drifting slightly. James Braden to the outside line. Oh no, to the inside line! Here he comes! And he's through, but not yet. Focio on the brakes, trying as hard as to stay around the outside. He's going to get forced a little bit wide. And here comes Sven. What can he do? He's to the inside of Focio, but he doesn't manage to make a move. I'm not going to. I have another commentary session tonight. I need to have my voice. Thanks, Premier, for removing my voice from me. Renault Safety Car Award. Yeah, like Renault needs a Danger Car Award. What do you think they're yellow? Just on Honey Badger's car.
Yeah, I still don't know what to say about that.
That's why we have a Halo.
Yeah.
It's the only time the Halo's actually been used, isn't it?
Yeah, he did a Hulkenberg, but he kept going.
I can't. It's just too funny. I just remember it. It's just. I can't stop smiling. Tom, you broke us. You OSFR 2 new commentators.
Yeah, he really does.
You're breaking your
Can
bias.
you get back on James Braden here?
Thank you for helping, Sophie. Yeah. Photo to the outside now of James Braden. James Braden made that moving up before. This must be really aggravating Braden. Now he's on the faster compound tyres, younger tyres, and he still can't get away from the Greek driver.
Yeah, it's
Or the Swedish one.
Really, he should be. Sorry?
Or the Swedish one behind him.
Yeah, he's hanging along nicely, isn't he, on his very old hard tires?
I think he's enjoying himself in this race. It really shows how much the progression can be from SFR. The battle for seconds, keeping an eye on that. If it gets within 3 tenths, we'll have a look. We'll keep ourselves just icons, keep our little slidey thing. What is it called? Chevron, that's what I'll call it. Hidden on
Same
P-Holters.
close to Shane game as well for P7.
Whoa, Focho's made a mistake. Here comes Braden. Whoa, he's crossed back over. Very nasty from Focho. It's still allowed, but Braden has not been phased. They make contact now as Braden forces him wide, saying that was nasty from you on the straight. I'll be nasty in the corner. There's Sven going round the outside. 3 tenths is the move on the top. No, not yet.
What can Sven do here? Can he get a good exit? No, not really.
He's going to get a nice dose of double DRS though as DRS opens on Focho's car once more. The fastest man of this little trio is about to get in trouble with James Braden. Whoa, lag to the outside as Focho tries it to the outside. He cannot get through. He's going to be forced out wide a little bit. He's tapped Braden.
Here comes Sven.
Oh, they're both off. They both collided. The house is round once more. And Focho, what happened there?
I think they look like they just connected the front wheels or something.
I didn't have a good enough angle. I was looking straight at it. These guys, incident-filled race. Absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah,
Here's Stem, the other Dutch driver. This is getting aggressive, yes, Sophie. I don't think we'll be seeing Focho and Braden in the same room for a long time in the Premier press conferences. I think there might be a helmet thrown at another one in a minute.
Let's see if Sam can get a good exit here out the final chicane on Shane game. Through the final corner, it goes a bit wide, yeah.
DRS open. What can Sam do as he comes towards the back of the Dutch driver? It's the Dutchman on the Dutchman. The other Dutchman's in the pit lane watching as they go around the outside. This younger man. Oh, the lag slaps him. The Ferrari still ahead of the McLaren.
I do like doing the move around the outside there through turn 1. As
I do
Shane game
too.
disconnects.
I don't think I did that. Shane Game has disconnected momentarily on our screen. What's going to happen though when he reconnects? He's been forced out wide and there he is. He's actually left for session now. So, ow.
Oh, that's a shame for him.
It is, as the clouds now form. But Stem will be able to slip up the inside and he'll say, right, you know what, you always knocked me off when you were disconnecting, so I'll take that position. And I think that's fair.
Yeah.
It's Gasly going through the ghost of Chain Game's past. As Lopez the fastest man on track, and Chain Game is going to rejoin, get in his car. We'll see it clip back in to solid, so he can stop being spoopy scary. Is he in the car yet? No.
Still a ghost.
The ghost of Chain Game's past. Right here.
Yeah, he's looking into his future.
What futures does it hold me? SFR champion of season 6? I should not be allowed on commentary anymore. And he's back! Back in the car,
Wow,
Mike
well done.
Bundy.
Good for him.
He's found
He's
them.
lost a couple of positions. Well, he's back fighting.
He had to resume to his body. I wonder what the future did tell him. You will re-enter the race in P9, hunted down by a British driver. What does that mean? Oh yeah. The prophecy has been fulfilled.
What are you talking about?
I don't know. I was doing funny voices earlier to make my brother laugh, and this was stuck. This has been a brilliant race to the point that we just broke and we just started talking about funny voices. That's what we're talking about shopping. Mike Bundy, though, he's on a charge on the back of Chain Game. Wow, remember, Chain Game, who's just reconnected, is going to have a moment after Ryan re-energize his tyres after the AI is pretty lazy on them. And Bundy is going to think, right, I have to get through on this Mercedes. The Mercedes looking very quick now as he stands on the back of him. Mercedes? Ferrari. It's a Ferrari. How do I get that confused?
Red, silver, quite similar.
Well, one's faster than the other, who knows? Right now, it seems to be the only Ferrari in the race is enjoying himself in P9. Well, not anymore. He's going to go hunting down after Gasly soon and hopefully pull Mike Bundy along for a couple of laps battling. We're coming towards the end of the race. Last segment of the race, though, no rain expected as Mike Bundy gets close to the back of the Dutch driver.
Yeah, he couldn't quite close enough to make the move there. What else do we got going on track? It's not any battles really.
No, it's been pretty standard right now. Yeah, Tom, I know how you feel, mate. Fotio, fastest man on track after expressly deciding that he'd go the expressway through turn 2. Battle at the top after the spin. Lopez is bringing the gap down as Braden. I think we're going to see Braden into pit lane. Yeah, I think that's it for the Haas. I think Haas is going to be another scorer tonight. There it is.
Yep.
It has to have happened. Haas have retired both their cars, and so no more Haas funds for tonight. Oh dear. Have to store some.
Does Nolan have enough laps to catch up to medium Pilot?
I don't think so, because I think Pilot can manage the pace right now because he's on younger tyres. He can choose what he wants to do.
Yeah. Do you have a yellow flag for Sector 1?
I don't think medium Pilot will come into the press conference either at the end.
No, he'll be quite pissed with himself, so won't he?
Medium Pilot, that'll be fine, but I think Lopez isn't brilliant at English, so we'd have to bring in Raikkonen for the translator, which obviously is a bit of a pain.
Okay.
We will choose what happens there. Is James Braden's car knackering Mike Bundy's chance of overtaking through turn 3? But actually, it's actually helped him quite a bit because Chain Game had to actually alter his line. How many times could he say actually in 30 seconds? There you go. Sven into pit lane. Sven looking for the fastest lap of this race, but won't. It'd be good if he just steal the point from someone though, wouldn't it?
Yeah. I'm not sure I would want to do that. Who has the fastest lap? Fotio has the fastest lap actually, so.
Oops, as I lose the stream momentarily on my phone, do apologise. Fotio, yeah, the first man on track, but he's in P11, so that point still won't count towards everyone else. Because that point will be taken away because the fastest lap doesn't roll over, from my understanding. It doesn't roll over to the last fastest lap. It rolls over. It just the point just disappears. I think, from what I can tell.
Yes, that's correct. Yeah.
Yeah. There we go. So Mike Bundy on the attack, but he struggled there. As Honey Badger leaving the session. I can imagine he's got a bit of a headache right now. I'd love to see that animated. Like someone animated just Honey Badger's eyes just spinning in opposite directions. James Braden also leaving. Well, early flight back out. Remember, Monaco next week. We're on that 30 out of 33 here in Spain. And next week we're heading off to the dreaded Monaco Grand Prix. Glitz, glamour.
Are you looking forward to it?
Oh, well. Am I looking forward to the repair bill being sent to the Williams team? I don't know. I think if I can stay out of trouble, I think me and Sophie were chatting about this earlier. If we can stay out of trouble, we might be on for an okay result. But we're not looking for a podium, we're looking for points. That's what we're looking for, just consistent points.
But that's kind of the thing with Monaco, though. If you...
Sorry. Honey Badger just responded in the chat, but Jack, shut up, to the animated spinning. You wait till you see it. I called, like, I know you saw it live, but so did we. I like Honey Badger a lot. He's a good friend.
I imagine him in a press conference afterwards, like Kubica did in I think 2008 when he crashed in Canada.
Yeah, so Honey Badger, you got to win this race next season.
The crash.
Yeah,
Sorry?
I lived it.
Yeah, I
I
was
started
there.
live. My awful Kubica impression. But yeah, so next season, Honey Badger, you have to come back and win this race now.
Oh yeah, I didn't think of that.
I wonder if I still.
Pressure's on, man.
I wonder if what the biggest crash in SFR history was. Probably season 2 Russia, where half the grid was wiped out by Hamburg. I want to say his name was.
Oh, it's a battle for P11.
Yeah, is that?
It's Sven and Focio.
Oh, the GP2 driver, the GP3 driver does not want to finish last in this race, and he's shown it because he's aggressively to the inside, and he passes the Premier driver. But on traction, the Premier driver's back round. Whoop! He likes closing off the line there, but Sven has to stay ahead. Remember, Focio is incredibly fast in a straight line right now.
Yeah, I'm not sure that was the best place to make the move.
Oh, penalties! That's 6, I think, isn't it, on Focio? Oh, he drowned! He's caught the car! Oh. And he's retired!
Why has he done that?
He might have just preemptively thought, right, I'm going to crash, so pause and retire so I don't toy with the car, but I'm going to call him a wuss, I think.
Yeah, you have to sit through the crash.
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna start calling drivers who just retire like that a wuss. You know, the more I bully them, the more they'll stop doing it. Penultimate lap of the race, though. Heading into the final lap of the race is Medium Pilot. We have a 9-second gap ahead. He's on his own. He's doing his knitting right now. Premier talent, says Sophie. Yeah, Premier talent indeed to catch that pirouette. Greek ballet dancers as well. But Medium Pilot not put a foot wrong this race, has he?
No, he hasn't. He lost the lead there to Lopez for a while, and then I wouldn't say he forced the mistake because he was quite far behind. But yeah.
Well, keeping an eye.
He kept
Mike, go on.
Yeah, I was just going to say he kept the pressure on. And
Mike Bundy, same lap ball tyres as Chain going well. He's wanting to get past him sooner rather than later. But onto the final lap now.
Can he get a good exit?
Chain
game is really quick and fast, really straight line though.
That's impossible speed from the Dutch driver. What can he do? It seems that Mike Bundy is going to make a move sometime during the lap. I think we'll see a do or die move or a run like Alex Rins in MotoGP. What can happen in this final stage? Focio leaving the session. Disgruntled Alfa Romeo will have 1 point scorer, but Medium Pilot going for the fastest lap of the race on the final lap. What can he do as he comes through the final corner? Medium Pilot is going to be the first repeat winner of Season 5 in the Premier Division. He crosses the line to win the race, but not get fastest lap. Lopez, what could have been in P2, he finishes the lap, finishing P2. Back-to-back podiums. P. Walters also on the hunt. Championship leader still on the run of podiums. I think Medium only has 2 wins this season now. I think he's the first back-to-back winner. Not back-to-back winner.
Yeah, that's what we said at the start of the race.
Yeah, because they've had 5 different winners. So 4 different winners in the last 5 races now. Medium won Bahrain and this run. Last week was won by Lopez. I can't think of who China was won by. Well, I'll find it later. It seems that Mike Bundy is going to miss out on P10. So we'll jump on board with Pilot once more to see. No, Mike Bundy is actually going to be on P9 on penalties. Sven did a good job to finish in P11. But let's have a look. There is our race winner, Medium Pilot in the Williams. Good to see a Williams at the top from the Williams driver. Glock won China. Yeah, Glock did win China. First race was won by someone. What a race. What a race indeed. They were told this is the last race before last race at Spain, so make it a good one, and they really did.
Yeah, that was a brilliant race. It had everything, hadn't it?
It really did. It had absolutely everything.
Oh, I need to lie down now.
So, medium pilot wins from Lopez and Walters. Williams on top. Can we see that again next week, please?
In what division are you talking about?
Well, it might happen. It's Monaco. It's whoever crashes the least.
Yeah, I mean, if you keep your nose clean, you're bound to end up on the podium.
You're gonna have to look at the race director yourself, Chain Game. I can't look at it on stream. Not allowed to. So, barring any serious investigations, medium pilot wins the race from Lopez in P2, P. Walters in P3, Mike TNR in P4, Verstappen, first time out, didn't see much of him, in P5, Raikkonen in P6, Gasly in P7, Sem is in P8, Mike Bundy in P9, Chain Game Wow in P10. Outside of the points was Sven. Well done for the GP3 driver, sorry. Drivers who didn't make it to the flag, Fotio, Wimp, James Braden, Honey Badger, dramatically, Electro Dan, Glock, and King David, who also had a dramatic crash. This race was phenomenal.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it? It's a really good race.
Williams have all the best drivers, yeah, they do. But two biased people, the GP2 biased Formula 1, biased SFR drivers, saying Williams are the best team.
Very, very modest of you.
Yeah. So we'll invite medium pilot and we'll invite P. Walters. What do you say? Do you want to give Lopez an invite and invite Kimi to translate?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, okay, we'll do that. We'll get Noland in first. Give me a moment while I invite. Do apologise for the screen going blue. I swear, I just need to. I'm just broken right now. So we'll get Kimi in.
Stop working straight away.
It was Kimi. Oh, not Kimi. Sorry, it was Noland. It was Noland.
Medium pilot won the race, yeah.
Medium pilot.
Yeah.
But we will de-invite them through the other side. Just give me a moment. We head to the online services. We get a nice screenshot of the Williams because I have to look at my favourite car. I mean, what? Winning car. What are you talking about? All right. So we'll just apologies for going blue one more time as we head over to the Premier chat just to invite the next two drivers. I don't think Media Pilot has a mic, but we always invite him just to make you feel wanted. Lopez has joined us. Don't worry, we have invited Kimi. Kimi has joined us as well. Whoop! Apologies. There's P. Walters, would invite him as well.
Stupid. I'm not gonna write because I'm not gonna change anything. That was very stupid for me. Just destroy great battles.
Alright, so we'll just see if P. Walters does join us. I don't believe Medium Pilot will, but we will see.
I will try this for Nolan.
So we'll just see. There's Lopez join us. We won't invite Honey Badger. Sophie, he's probably getting his head back on straight. I wonder how a driver would feel if they did roll like that and they could actually drive away. Do you reckon a driver would, or they just go, "What on earth just happened?"
I don't know if that's even possible, to be honest.
But it is an SFR because we bought extra hard cars so they don't break.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like we'll have P. Walters joining us, so we will go straight to look at Lopez, who finished in P2. Raikkonen, are you okay to translate for us as always?
Yeah. I will just look that my voice is allowed.
Ah, please do, yes.
And I will change the setting of the party to radio good. Okay.
Chain game. In order to send steward reports, you have to send it to your league admins, who are James Braden and Mike Bundy, not Lee.
Okay.
No, it's not.
Crazy bit too. He's not real. Okay. It's just dive bombing when just after that Dan take me out.
Well, I'm sure they'll be talking of all that. But nonetheless, let's have a chat with Lopez. Well, let's have a chat with Lopez via our friend Raikkonen.
Yeah.
Raikkonen, can you just congratulate Lopez on P2 for us?
Yeah, il a dit félicitations pour la P2.
Ouais. Oui, merci.
He said thank you, okay.
This is always fun. I love doing translating ones. I need to learn French.
Yeah, it talks like me. You don't talk much.
So, can you just ask him, that spin, was that his own fault, or did it just go a bit wrong?
Alors, il a demandé si le spin que tu as eu quand tu as perdu la voiture, est-ce que c'était ta faute ou c'était la voiture?
Bah ouais. Pas assez d'entraînement en course, du coup, bah tu payes cash. Hein.
Yeah, he said it was his own mistake. He said we should have more training in race. He didn't train enough in race. So.
Well, ask him how his race went. Apart from that, was it good, or does he think he could do it? Could have done better?
Il a demandé comment tu penses de la course, si ça pouvait être meilleur.
Ah oui, je pense que ça pouvait être meilleur sans tête à gueule, je pense que j'aurais pu gagner. Après médium il était rapide, mais ouais, je pensais pas en arriver là avec le si peu d'entraînement que j'avais. Donc je suis assez content, on va dire, de ma course, d'à part l'erreur bête que j'ai faite, quoi.
Yeah, he said it should have been better. He said medium was very fast, but he think he could have the win. But he still think it's a good result to take some good points for the championship. So it's not dramatic.
Can you just ask him how he's finding the Racing Point car after reserving in the last two races, now finding himself a permanent seat in Racing Point? How was that for him?
Ok, il a demandé comment tu te sens dans la Force India après avoir récupéré le siège à Force India après deux courses.
Bah mal parce que le train arrière il glisse beaucoup. Ouais non, si c'est bien, c'est cool.
Ouais. He said it was okay. But we need to be teammates, huh? We race always together, so we need to be teammates.
Maybe next season there'll be a place for you in one of them, Raikkonen, or maybe you can try and drag him up into Mercedes with you.
Yeah, but Bundy said maybe for the next week because I want him too late. Ask him too late for swaps with Gasly. He said we was too close to the race, so he will talk with Gasly for the next one. Just we can be teammates.
Looking forward to next week. How is he? Is he dreading Monaco like the rest of us are?
For Nolan? You asked a question to Nolan? Oh.
Yes, to Nolan, yeah, sorry.
Ok, il a dit comment tu vois pour Monaco?
Bah, j'ai toujours la victoire, hein. C'est un circuit qui m'est favorable, qui j'aime beaucoup. Donc on va essayer la victoire. Hein.
Ouais. So it's still the same, he will try to win, he loves that track, so we'll wait, he will every time play the win, even if he doesn't like the track, so...
Well, question for both of you, how do you feel about racing Monaco at night?
Ok, il a dit qu'est-ce que tu en penses de courir à Monaco la nuit?
J'espère pas m'endormir. Non, sinon c'est cool.
Yeah, he said he's not gonna sleep, but yeah, it should be cool. For my point, yeah, I think it's better for the tires because we should have less route on the night, so that should be more pure driving. And yeah, for myself, I really love that track. I think it's one of my best tracks in terms of pace. And yeah, and one more thing, one really say to you guys, you're making a great job that year. We got very good driver, very competitive driver. I think that just one or two drivers that maybe should be swapped with what I've seen today, but you got a very competitive field like that would make improve everyone, I think, and myself.
Well, thank you to both of you for joining us. We'll let you go and celebrate in your own French ways.
Yeah, see you for Monaco. At home in French.
Well, we'll see you next week. All right,
Yeah.
Felix. See you later. Felix.
Yes.
See you later, lads. That race had everything.
It
How was
really
it?
did. Yeah, it was good. I mean, every race that breaks us is a good race, I'd say.
For a solid 3 laps, you were crying. Yeah, it has been widely now discussed in the chat. Driver of the day goes to Honey Badger, according to Sophie. Best crash in SFR history from Lee. And, well, I think Tom's going to feel a little bit interested to see what will happen. I'd love to see his camera angle, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I mean, I had his onboard when he went over, so...
I'd love to hear his reaction.
Face cam.
I wish I'd have face cam on me. But this is SFR done in Spain. We can tick this off for season 5. See it again next season, though we will see Spain again in season 6. Well, yeah, season 6, we'll see it again. SFR though isn't done. There will be a podcast hopefully later on this week. Alex hasn't told me who's on it yet, so keep an eye on Twitter and the Facebook page, and we'll say who's on the podcast this week. Unless there isn't a podcast, Alex wasn't with us tonight due to his car breaking down, so I managed to steal Felix from his nap.
Yeah, it was fun. Thanks for having me.
It's always fun to have you on commentary. You're getting so much more time on commentary recently because everyone loves you.
Yeah, I've been all over the place.
Well, that's SFR done. Next week, we're starting the week off with GP4, and they'll be sprinting around Monaco. I may have a reserve drive, who knows? We'll see what happens as we come on to GP4. But make sure you catch up with all the SFR action heading into the Principality next week. My name is JB. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you, Felix, for joining us on commentary.
Thank you very much.
And we'll see you next time. Have a very good weekend, and I'll see you later. Ta-ra, guys!
Bye-bye.